Hey, this is Carrie from Wrap Your Head Around Silks. This is the Expecting Ariels podcast, now with the Digit Network. Thanks so much for tuning in. I cannot believe this, but this is season 5. So thanks to you. This is a thriving podcast, reaching the corners of the world, all the women out there, and I'm so excited and proud to be with you. If you haven't listened to the Artist Entrepreneur podcast, my new podcast with Noah Dock and Amanda Ritchie, please check it out. It's going to be on this feed on Thursdays. We're 3 artists navigating our businesses. We have so much fun. Please check it out. It'll be in your inbox on Thursdays. And just announced September 26th to the 28th, I'll be at NECA, the New England Center for Circus Arts, for an 11-hour weekend silks immersion. So it's a retreat-esque without being a full retreat. And I'd love to see you there. It's picturesque Vermont. And I have just a handful of spots left for June 21st through 28th with sweet retreats in Oaxaca, Mexico. Roll it out every Sunday and Thursday. I have some different times to accommodate my Pacific people and my East Coast people. My flagship course, Beginner to Intermediate Aerial Silks, online for anybody in the world. And of course, Aerial Rehab, which is meant to be the bridge between PT and your favorite aerial class. I'm teaching all over the place this year. Austin, Oaxaca, Ohio, and DC this summer. And of course, NECA in the fall. Let's get started. I taught a private this morning. And then on the way home, I got her a treat. We went to Mambo Seafood because the one on the way has a play place, park. Uh-huh. You guys, San Antonio has these outdoor parks at their restaurant. Amazing. And then I had said days ago we were going to go to the library. And I was like, no, we're going to be late for this podcast. And she started fake crying. And so then I went to the library. I also had to return the books. But then I told her, of course, we have a very limited amount of time at the library. And so when I was trying to get her out of the library, again, fighting with me. Oh. And now I'm frustrated and she's frustrated and we're just both frustrated. So that's the current event. So I'm looking forward to the summer because the structure of school is a little bit wearing on me. But give me 1 week in the summer and I'm going to be like, I'm kidding. Can I get school back?
Yep.
Just
your teacher.
Kidding.
I'm going to tell her to come pick you up.
Yeah.
I get it.
Oh, how was your day? Sorry to bleh on you, but that's what this podcast is for. It's for it's for all that.
I don't know if I had mentioned to you that I am trying to learn a dance from every part of my heritage. That is my
I don't know.
long-term. Yeah, that's my long-term goal here. Is to learn a dance from all parts of my heritage.
And those are?
Let's see. So I'm learning Spanish flamenco, Mexican folclorico, indigenous Mexica danza, danza azteca, with the feathers.
Okay.
That's what I was doing right now. And we do that outside. She's very traditional and she likes to be outside in the sun.
Wow.
Arab belly dancing. And then there's some other things that are on the list, but that's what my focus is right now.
If you were to do 23andMe, what would it say?
50-something% Spanish, and then Portuguese, some Italian. Indigenous American was my next biggest one, which was 33%. Arab, I'm 3% Arab. And then I was 1% Congolese, I believe.
That is why you can't guess your ethnicity / nationality when you look at you.
Right. I have a lot of places I can blend in.
Yeah. Okay. This is a great segue. Andrea, if you could please introduce yourself to the audience, a little bit about your family, about what you do during the day, and then your practice, your aerial practice.
Okay. My name's Andrea Salazar. I am born and live in San Antonio. I am a mother of 4. I have 4 boys that we entertain each other. And my aerial practice, I have been practicing aerial continuously, probably for about 3 years now, 2.5 years, going on 3 years. But I also enjoy dancing. I did not dance as a child. I am learning to dance as an adult, and it is a challenge for me because I have two left feet sometimes. But I really enjoy it. I think dance is a great way to express just yourself in general, which Ariel, I believe, does that as well. I kind of group that together in my dance. And it just helps to release some of that trauma, I think, as well. The generational trauma that we carry, our personal traumas that we carry. There are ways of letting out your frustrations, but I think dance is just one of those great ways of doing it because you're actively moving around and you're actively doing it and you can be so expressive in your dance. You're so emotional, like with the flamenco, you do all your motions, and then with the folclórico, you're like smiling and being happy, and it's just such a range of emotions that you can express in dance, and I really enjoy it.
I would say that learning dance as an adult is probably more challenging than Ariel as an adult.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. I think Ariel can be very challenging strength-wise, flexibility-wise, where dance, you have to have that coordination. And sometimes I definitely feel that as an adult that I don't have that mind-body connection or that mind-body awareness that you get when you're a child and you learn those things on repetition. I don't have that. And so it takes me a lot longer to learn something than it would for somebody else that has had previous dance experience or for somebody that's, just talented that way. I need a lot of practice.
Yeah, I think even just like a step ball change, like that weight swish. Oh my God. Like I've been doing step ball change since I was a child, but like an adult to learn that, I think is extremely hard. I think it's extremely hard to learn how to spin and turn on your feet as an adult. Not having all that training or even isolate body parts, like isolate movement. So I give it to you guys. I have a couple, friends/students who are embarking on a dance journey in their adulthood. And I think it's amazing. Because also you guys can appreciate it differently. It's like going to school when you're older. Like, why you want to be there and what you want to get out of it. So I love it. That's great.
When you're in your moments and you have your woe is me.
Yeah. Like, I wish I did this.
I wish I had done this. Yes. I don't know if I would appreciate it as much as I do now if I had been doing it since I was young.
I have developed a particular outlook on this because people ask me if I'm training my bean to do anything right now. And what I've found over all the people I've ever met over my artistic life is that the ones still doing it as adults did not burn out as children. That's the bottom line. It's really easy to burn out on gymnastics and dance as a child. Very easy because it's like, oh, you take one class, you are good at it, then you have 3. And suddenly by the time you're in 8th grade, you're taking class 9-10 hours a week and etc. So I'm like, I don't know. I think it's great to take classes and see what you like as a kid, but I'm not necessarily my bean's late. She's already 5 and she doesn't blah blah. No,
she's got to be in ballet and tap and jazz.
I'm not in that world because also she's got time, and then kind of preserving a spirit of childhood and saving that up a little bit for things that you actually do care about when you're older. I think it's there's something to say about that. This podcast is getting exposed to San Antonio a lot because now I'm here, and Andrea was one of my first students here at the Arium, and you've come a long way in a very short amount of time. I've only been here 8 months.
Well, thank you. I have a great teacher.
The cockiest teacher you'll ever meet in your life is right here. How do you feel like your practice has grown? And I'm not your only teacher here, but what would you say as a whole?
Definitely having more days to practice and dedicating that time to practice has really helped me. You mentioned the kids going to gymnastics 2-3 times a week. I definitely need that as an adult to do these things, to get that practice in. I need that extra time because I don't have those connections to just get it like that. Just, I see what you're here. Let me do that. I can do that. Yeah. I'm also learning a lot about how I kind of muscle my way through some of these things. Like I'm learning now, it's like, oh, I've just been muscling my way through this when I don't have to.
You're learning the flow.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I'm learning to flow and not just get into the pose and now what?
Yeah, I've been trying to kind of turn the car 2 degrees the other way for so many of you guys, because a lot of you physically are like pose 1, pose 2. And to me, the interesting part is how you got from pose 1 to pose 2. That's that's where I'm coming from. So I'm trying to like direct the car, and I feel like a lot of you guys it's coming. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think so. It helps to have great instruction. And I love that you will demonstrate for us, because that helps me a lot. I'm not one of those learners that can look at a YouTube video and, oh, I see what they're doing. I see it, but it does not, when I get up in the air, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, oh, what did they do?
Oh my God, my LA people, if they listen to this, are going to be so mad because I would never demonstrate. But it's more
no, she never demonstrates.
It's more so
anything.
because I'm feeling better. Like I had a major shoulder, like I had a shoulder pain for a long time. And so, and then I had the kid and blah, blah, blah. But I'm feeling a lot stronger and healthy and more balanced, partially because of my Roll It Out class. Like I'm dedicating 2 hours a week to self-care when I wasn't before, like carved out time where I show up for other people. So I in the same way that has affected my life, like you devoting more of your own time to being in the studio. Of course, that's money too, but like you made a choice to like invest more and spend more time consistently in the studio, and then you're gonna reap the benefits of that consistent time. Yeah. So let's talk about the balance, because you have. Tell me the ages of your kids again, just for the audience.
My oldest is 24, and then my second is 14, my third is 12, and then my youngest is 10 years old.
Okay. So you are Mama Bear, and because I'm behind you with this, like my kid is still pretty young. When did you feel like you have more kids too. When did that switch where you're not just like trying to survive and you actually can carve out time for yourself and etc.? Because you said the youngest is 10.
Probably about 3 years ago.
Okay.
About 3 years ago is when I was like, I can start doing stuff now where they are old enough to be, so the youngest one was 7-ish. He'll be 11 this year, so 7 turning 8, where he's still young, but he also had his older brothers that could assist in that. So yeah, probably about 3 years ago when it was like, you know what, I can start doing stuff. Oh, I cooked dinner and now everybody's kind of
good.
Yeah, everybody's good. Let me go do something that I would enjoy.
Yeah.
So yeah, about 3 years ago.
Yeah, I keep on talking about it, but the shift is going to happen for me this August, because Bean's going to go to full-time school for the first time in her life. Like right now, 2 hours and 45 minutes, that's the time I have with her in school. That is a very short, I make the most of it, but it is very short compared to what she will be in. So we're going to go through a very interesting summer, and then life is going to shift. It's like, it's bittersweet because you're like, oh, my baby.
Yeah. But I think you're going to be, all right. You'll enjoy that time too, to where you'll actually have time to sit and think and not have somebody tugging at you. Yeah. Not have somebody tugging at you for your attention. You know, you can go to the bathroom in peace and just go to the bathroom. And not have somebody's little hand under the door, or somebody knocking, or somebody there watching you.
Yeah. Andrea, have you ever figured out why you can't make girls over there in that household?
No.
No, you can't make them.
Mm-mm. No. Well, all I can make is girls. It's actually the guy that has the X and the Y, so it's up to them.
Oh, that's okay. Tell us about your job, because you know science things.
So professionally, I am a nuclear medicine scientist. I have a bachelor's degree in nuclear medicine science. And that's just a fancy way of saying that I work in radiology doing nuclear medicine studies. I inject people with radiation and then we scan them.
So you work at a clinic type of place? Or do you at the hospital at AHA?
No, I'm no longer at the hospital. I work at a clinic. And at this clinic, we just do stress tests. So we are just doing images of the heart all day.
And you currently, and how long have you been part-time working?
Part-time working, I've been doing that for 3 years too.
Okay. Are you going to go to full-time at some point?
I don't know if I want to continue in this field full-time. I've had kind of a cycle of being in a profession for about 10 or so years. And so I've been in this profession for about 14 years now. So I don't know. I'm thinking of switching gears and trying something else.
And how would you go about doing that? Because pivoting's not easy.
No, it's not, right? You're losing that rank. You're losing that seniority, that pay grade. Yeah. My husband's a great support of my shenanigans. He definitely is the rock for a lot of these things, but he's also very encouraging. So we have always sat down and, okay, if this is your idea, how are we going to make it work? Because it's not just, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
My husband's very like, I need a plan. That's fine if you don't want to work full time, but what's your plan? How are you going to make it work?
And what would you lean towards if you were to pivot?
I've always felt that healthcare was my calling. I enjoy patients and I enjoy talking to people. And in the field that I am in now, that I'm in currently, I don't feel like I'm helping people the way that I thought I would be helping people. Like I'm getting them when they're already sick. I'm getting them when they don't want to come and do this exam. This is the exam that gets done right before they have a cath or right before they have a bypass, right? You don't want to go and find out that you're this close to having a heart attack. Nobody wants to go do that. And then I do my test and then they're gone and I never see what happens to them again. I would like a little bit more of a connection in healthcare and what I'm doing. And I'm still trying to figure that out in what way I can do that. What best avenue I could do that with.
Yeah, it makes sense. And honestly, me not being in healthcare at all and being in the fitness world, I actually have that. Because I get to build my students. And sometimes I have my students for 10 years. Yeah. Depending on when they decide to do other things or if they stay in it. I think that's really great. I mean, I get very close to my students because you guys are the people I see every day. Become my friends, Yeah, that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
That's a great point. I think in high school, that wasn't encouraged, right? It was go to college, do this, do not really exploring what is it that you really want to do? What is it that you're thinking? You take these tests and you take these. I know when I was in high school, we did like these assessment tests and it was like, oh, math and science, healthcare. It's like I knew that was what I wanted to do, but it didn't frame it in a way that was alternative things that you could do to help people. And I'm just now figuring that out, in my 40s.
Yeah, I mean, it helps me as a parent to be like, when Bean gets to the place where she's older, like, what am I going to do? It's like, you do have to figure out, like, what kind of person you are. Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Do you introvert, outrovert? I don't know. Do you want to talk to people all day? Do you want to be in a room by yourself? And then how does that match up with what you're good at? So, yeah. I mean, I feel like I've arrived at a good place, but it's not necessarily because I thought of all those things. So it's an interesting thing about parenting and, good thing to think about. Okay. So, you must be a good balancer because you're a mom of 4 and you work part-time and you have an aerial practice. What advice would you give to women out there who are trying to find a balance?
Communication with your support system is probably the biggest thing that I can say is helpful for me. My husband, who is my support system, we talk about these things. We talk about each other's goals. We have goals for ourselves, but we also have goals for us as a family. And we check these things like every year. It's like, oh, did we do our goals for the year? Or are we closer towards our 5-year goals? And definitely having that open communication to know that hey, I would like to try this. And having that support is very important because you do, right? You need somebody to feed your kids when you're not around, or
Yeah.
hey, I need you to pick up, they need a pair of pants for whatever they're doing tomorrow. Can you do that? And you need that support. And that's probably the biggest thing for me that I can say. I have a great support system that helps me do these things, that allows me to do these things. Because if I didn't, then it can be very difficult. It can be difficult.
Yes. Okay, let's go to the aerial side of things. You started aerial after you had all your kids.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know what it's like to do aerial in your body before all these people have
Pre-kids, pre-explosions.
like rented the space out.
Right. And trashed the place. It was difficult. It was very, I mean, anything that you start brand new with no experience is difficult. And it was the little steps like, oh, okay, I can, if I just keep trying, I can do it. And I like to see, so when you demonstrate, it helps me a lot to see, it's like, oh, okay, I see what she's doing there. Let me do this. And I really do. Sometimes when there's no mirrors, I'm like, I look exactly like Carrie.
I love that.
When she's doing it. And then when I actually see myself, I'm like, oh, I don't look anything like what she's doing. The mirrors are very helpful for me because in my mind, I'm like, I'm doing it just
I mean, honestly, mirrors are helpful in a way, but that's helpful in dance. With aerial, you can't really look in the mirror and look at be doing it at the same time. Silks is very hard to look at the mirror in yourself. And I would have like younger students, my kids' students, like if I had a mirror in the room, they'd try to spot themselves in the mirror when they're on the silks. And I'm like, what are you doing? Look at yourself. Because they're looking to see if they're cute. And I was like, no time for that. You've improved so much. You're working on your straight leg straddles right now, which are going very well. What's the hardest part about your practice right now, physically?
Probably my abs. I think I don't have any ab strength whatsoever, right? Those tenets just came and crashed the place. And so I recognize now that I use a lot of my, I muscle through it because I have strength in my arms. Yeah. And when I'm doing some of these things now where it's like, no, I need to engage my abs. It's like, oh my God. This is just all jelly. There's no muscle in there whatsoever. So that is 2025 is supposed to be the year of the abs, where I am working more on my ab strengthening and conditioning, because I've recognized now that I've just been muscling my way through a lot of things with my upper body.
Well, I'm glad you have the muscles in your upper body to even lean on like that. That's always good. That's the upside, that you even have them to fall back on. For me, it's just such an ego punch every single time Bean goes, oh, your belly is so squishy. Squishy, squishy, squishy. And I'm like,
my 10-year-old still does that, so it's going to be a while before that stops. And he's like double fisting
the belly. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, so I know it's like ancient history, and you probably have amnesia for good reason, because women do have the hormones that let you forget things so that you might do them again, even though they were painful. All your pregnancies, can you think back to anything that might be of service to us as this community of women who might bear children?
As in, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of... Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's a lot. Think back. Did you have gestational diabetes? Did you have, what is it called when you have higher blood pressure when you're pregnant? Preeclampsia. Mm-hmm. Like, did you have C-sections?
I had a C-section. So my second son was a C-section. But then I found a physician here, which is very rare, that would do a VBAC. Mm-hmm. So then my third and my fourth child was a VBAC. So I have experienced both vaginal deliveries, or a vaginal delivery, a C-section, and then 2 VBACs. I've had all 3 options that you could have had. bearing children.
Yes. Were you worried going into the vaginal delivery after your C-section? Was it something that you were concerned about?
No, I wasn't too concerned about it. No, this is something that's done quite often in other countries in Europe. And we're just behind the curve here.
Yeah, we're behind the curve in a lot of ways, it feels like. And going farther back every single day,
right?
Currently.
And taking a step back.
Just moseying backwards in everything right now. But, okay, so you had a VBAC. Okay, yeah. What advice would you give women who are embarking on pushing one out?
Ooh, So one of the biggest things that I think we don't talk about often, or maybe we're embarrassed about, is like the incontinence that can happen after you have a child.
Yes.
And that is definitely something that I was very much aware of when I started my aerial journey, was like, oh shit, I'm going to pee on myself if I do this. Or having some of those scares, right? I can't jump on a trampoline like how I used to, kind of thing. And so doing those exercises, whatever they are for you, or just if you are having those issues, like bring that up to your doctor, because there are therapies and there are ways to help that. If that is a concern, or if that is something that happens to you, it happens to a lot of women who don't even have children. But we don't talk about that, right? Like we don't talk about those things. But that was definitely something when I started aerial, was I need to be careful, because what if I have an accident? Oh my God, that's like so embarrassing, right? So helping to strengthen those muscles, to strengthen your abs, to strengthen your pelvic muscles, whatever you have to do that before you get pregnant, do it while you're pregnant, and definitely do it after you're pregnant. Because that was something, it wasn't until I had the OB that did my VBACs that even asked me, like, how do you feel about, I forgot how he worded it, but it was almost like, how do you feel about your vaginal walls? Or how do you feel about your, when you have sex now? Like he asked me this, and I was almost like, I was just surprised. I was very surprised that he even asked me that. I think he had training in.
Yeah, sounds like pretty great doctor.
Yeah, he was I really enjoyed this doctor, and it's unfortunate that he's not practicing in San Antonio anymore. But he was just asking me after my VBAC, well, how are you feeling? Are you having issues going to the restroom? Are you having issues with sex? And do you need therapies? Do you even know that there's these therapies that are out there that can help you with this? Like,
oh, care after the baby comes out.
Really?
What's that?
Yeah, what's that? Really? So yeah, I mean, not being afraid to ask those questions, because what we're told a lot is like, that's just normal. That's what happens after you have a baby. Yeah, that's just normal. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have to be.
Right.
Like that is, just because that particular person doesn't know the answer does not mean that the correct answer is that's normal.
Okay, so as you get older, birth gets more complicated, because just statistically, right? But in your mind, did it just get easier, or did it go the other direction? Because you had kids for a long time in your life. Because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're a good person to ask this. Like, did it get easier? Mentally, mentally, emotionally, physically, or did it go the other direction for you?
I will say for me, it was easier being a younger parent, but I also only had one when I was, my oldest son. I had him, and he was the only one for the longest time. Him and my second child are 11 years apart. Mm-hmm. And so maybe that's not my information's a little skewed there, because I didn't have.
Yes.
I had the three of them very close together later. 11, 12, 13 years later. And that was hard, but I think it was more because they were close together. Because I had the three of them like every 2 years. I was pregnant or breastfeeding probably since from 2010 to 2015. So for 5 years.
Yeah.
I was pregnant and breastfeeding in one of those ways, for 5 years. My body was a factory.
Yeah. And Andrea, remind me again, because I forget every single time. How old are you now? 42. Did I get that right?
I'll be 42.
You'll be 42.
Yeah.
You have been very productive, by the way. I always say that one.
Right. Those tenants.
Get a lot done. And were you guys like, was it like, oh, we want a big family? Was that in your mind?
My husband did.
Okay.
Yeah. My husband kind of grew up a single child. He has siblings, but he, for whatever reasons, grew up with his grandparents. So it was just him. So he was, he thought it was going to be sunshine and daisies and rainbows and unicorns having all these kids. He wanted 5 children. When we met, he said he wanted 5 children.
Okay.
And,
does that eldest count? Or does he want, you mean 5 biological?
He wanted 5, yes, 5 biological children.
Okay. 3 out of 5?
We're halfway, a little over halfway.
Is it crazy for me to assume that you're done having children out of your own body?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And there was a day. So when I did work at the hospital, I worked call, and there was like a weekend where I was on call, and I was there probably from like 7 a.m. to 10 o'clock at night, and then all 3 of them were little, so he had like one in his arm, one on the other arm, and then one in his lap. And they were just like crawling over him like roaches, they were just, and he's like, I think I'm going to go get fixed now. Like, that's such a great idea.
Oh my God. Bean said today, I wish I had an older brother. I was like, that's not possible, right? Right, Bean? You want a 15-year-old brother? We did. I had a private this morning with one of the teens at the studio. I mean, she's 19, so she's almost an adult.
And I want like a 15-year-old brother.
You want a 15-year-old brother?
Because he could chase me around when he's down with homework.
It sounds like a good idea.
It sounds like a good idea. Hey, Bean, it sounds like a good idea. So this is kind of off the topic, but it's in my mind because it happened this morning. So she found this drop she wants to do for her act. And I looked at the video. It like checks all the boxes. It like shows off her strengths. It's a great wrap because it's safe. And the way it's wrapped, there's like many contingencies for like if it goes wrong. I was like, this is a great choice. Huh? Mason's strengths on silks. Yeah, she's really good at being flexible, and it's dynamic, and it's got a really cool drop at the end. It's a really good choice. Go. Let me talk about it. I know. Your aerial was good this morning too, Bean. Yeah, good job.
You don't think it's good?
Yeah, I thought it was good. Mason just has her own. She's older than you. She knows more silks. Oh my God, this conversation. Okay, go. Yes, agreed.
You got to get that 15-year-old brother.
So she's like, I was like, the drop is kind of a little crazy because she's in this like upside down split, and then she drops into a single ankle hang, and it's safe. So I'm like, do it. She's like, I should probably do it with you here because if I do it during practice time, I'll be alone. I was like, yeah, good idea. And she drops this thing, and she's wearing like crop pants, and she just like when she goes into that ankle, like we both hear it, like. It's just the tightest cinch around that ankle. Oh. And the moment she drops, she senses it. She finds, like when you're upside down, it's like kind of hard to turn your head towards something. She whips her head to me and she's like, what just happened? So like her skin is fine, but like we looked at like her ankle started to like puff up the moment she got off. And I was like, whoa. And she's like, should I change the drop? I was like, no, you got to wear.
But it looked beautiful.
I was like, get socks, get a waist warmer. We got to train this thing because it hits all the boxes. You're 19. You need to be doing a professional level act at your age with your skill set. Do it.
Yeah, do it. Go for it.
So, I mean, it's one of these things where I don't know if I'd say that to you guys, like you adults in my classes. But I'm like, you 19-year-old, you should be doing that drop.
I definitely appreciate the all the feedback, right? Because you don't want somebody just to tell you like, "Oh, great job," and we're all doing great. Because that doesn't help anybody like that. For me,
I don't
doesn't
give false
help.
compliments. I just can't pull it
Yeah.
off. It doesn't come out of me right.
Yeah.
I think you guys would know if it was coming out of me and I was like being inauthentic.
Making that, yay! Yeah. I have been in some classes where it's like, good job. And it's like, that looked like shit. What do you mean, good job? That was like, help me do better.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Help me make those points. Help me check those boxes. Because I get it. Like, some people do need that. Some people need the
Cheerleading, yeah. They need that.
Yeah.
They need it.
Yeah, they do. But you definitely I think you do a really good job of reading your students and understanding what they need.
Oh, thank you.
And doing that. It's like, hey, I need you, like, get your shit together. And I need you to push yourself. I know you can do it.
Yeah.
So I definitely think you do a great job of that.
I feel like you guys are just one pointed toe and one straight and laying away from looking like you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really are. You're almost there. Just do the things. Okay, I'm going to pause, and then I'm going to go back to you because we're talking about me again. Do you have advice for the women out there trying to juggle a life and a aerial practice and all of that?
Well, I think I mentioned, like, having a great support system is very helpful for me, but also allowing yourself to make that time to do it. And even if, also giving yourself a couple of tries. Some people take a class and then they're like, oh, I didn't like it, or they got intimidated and they didn't go back. I mean, I think giving yourself, like, buy a 5-class pack and go 5 times and then see if you like it. Like, carve out that time for yourself. If this is something that is of interest to you and you're like, hey, I think I would like it, do it more than once. Go multiple times, or try multiple different apparatuses, or try different teachers. Sometimes that's all it takes, is just having or try a different time of the day.
Oh my God. Sometimes you realize that you don't like doing aerial at night, or you don't like doing it in the morning. I know.
Yeah. It's like, this is just, I'm tired from my work day. Maybe an evening class just doesn't work for me. And if you can, try a day class, or try a weekend class, or try something where you can come and be there 100%.
Yeah. Or you go to a 8:15 class with Carrie and, like, it's Monday night and you're up till midnight because you're just pumped and hyped, but you're like, I need to go to sleep right now.
Yeah.
That's hard sometimes too. I can't go to sleep.
And then, but just try it. Just try it and see what fits for you. And also give yourself grace. There's going to be times where you're like, I just don't want to do it. I don't want to go, or life happens and you need to take a break, and give yourself grace to take that break and then come back.
Andrea, what's your favorite apparatus right now?
Probably Lyra.
Oh, yeah? You liking that circle of hell? I love it.
The circle of pain? Yes, I do. I am enjoying doing silks. I think I've told you, like, I have never really got into silks because I always thought it was, like, too hard. Like, oh, that's too hard. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but you have to get over the hump, and after you're over the hump.
Yeah.
Yes.
After you're over the hump, then it's like, okay, this isn't too bad. So silks is definitely growing on me, but I'm liking Lyra. I really do like I like the apparatus. I don't like spinning, and so I think that's a challenge for me to get through that.
You get nauseous or you get vertigo-y? Like, what is it that happens to you up there?
I get nauseous.
Like, actually, you're like, oh, do I want to throw up right now? That feeling?
When we were in class this past week, I didn't feel it at first, but then I took a drink of water and then I tried to spin and I did feel nauseous after that. So it's like, okay, now I know not to do that, not to drink anything right before I do it. Like, that just doesn't work for me.
Sometimes I'll get a headache. That'll happen to me if I'm spinning a lot. But if I'm hydrated and stuff, not so much. I love it when I'm in the sweet spot on my lyra, and what happens is if I'm not on it all the time, it's the first thing to go away. This feeling of like it's not as painful. It feels like it's my friend. It feels like it's not cumbersome. So I think that for me, the sweet spot is I need to be on it just as much as I'm on my silks. And maybe with silks, I'm just on it so much I never get to that place where it feels cumbersome. But yeah, if I take a time off of my lyra, it's like in a place where I'm like, oh, it's not my friend anymore. Like we really have to like get to know each other again. So I like to stay in that space. I like to stay in that space where my hands are so fully callous that they don't need, like, I don't feel anything anymore.
All right, you can exfoliate your face with just your hands.
Just my hands. Just my hands. So I'm enjoying being with you guys over here. The thing that needs to be better is my commute, which will get better in the next couple months because we are moving. And yeah, it's really fun to see you guys grow.
Yeah, it's been fun. It has been a lot of fun. I really enjoy the energy that you bring to class and just the class in general.
Yeah.
You know, like I enjoy seeing other people's progress. And I think that is, I would say that's probably a good piece of advice too, for women that are wanting to try aerial or get into aerial or already in aerial. It's like be encouraging of your other classmates.
Yeah.
You know, be encouraging, give yourself grace, because we're all trying to do our best, or we all are doing our best. And I have been in situations where that wasn't happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where we weren't, not, I say we, there was a person in the class that was not being encouraging of other people. And it just felt gross.
Yeah.
You know, it just felt, this is not why we're here. This is not why I'm doing this. I'm not here. We are all trying to learn, and we're all trying to get through this. And what you're doing, being negative and being ugly, doesn't help anybody. Yeah,
I feel like it starts from the top. It starts from the instructor even the studio owner, because I have been in some spaces where like the energy of mean girl in the classes is so pervasive that it's like, oh my God. Yeah. So like,
you feel gross and slimy, right?
Yeah. Like, and then it's supposed to be fun. Yeah. And inclusive. So, you know, I do my best to kind of spread that energy as far as I can possibly spread it, because it's just, you know, it's awful when that's supposed to be your fun time, you know?
Mm-hmm. We can be ugly. We can be ugly to ourselves, but we can also be ugly to each other. And why?
Yeah.
Like, what do we get out of that? What does that do for you, or what does that do for anybody? It doesn't do anything.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So definitely I have tried to, I don't know where I heard this from, but at least once a day, I try to give a compliment to just a random person, whatever it is. It's like, you say it. I mean, you say it in your mind, like, oh, I like the way her hair looks. Yeah. Like, just say it. Yeah. Say it out loud.
Yeah. I agree.
Just say it. And so I've been trying to do that, to bring that positivity to my surroundings. It's like, oh, hey, I like your nails. Person that's checking me out at the grocery store. And I think we should do that more often. You know, especially as women, we are bombarded all the time with all of this crap. Yeah. And we don't need it from each other especially when we're supposed to be in a safe space.
Yes. Agreed. Oh, I'm so lucky I met you. I'm so lucky. It's true. I
am your personal curandera.
Oh, yeah, she knows all the things. I'm like, oh my God, I don't feel good. Why, Andrea? But you know, I say this all the time. I've only been here for 8 months, but I knew nobody. I knew 0 people. So I think I'm doing damn good because I have friends now.
Why did y'all choose to come to San Antonio?
Oh, I
don't know if I heard that story.
we were making a very calculated decision on our financial lives. We were not, it was 100% financial. We were following Asa's job, offered him a off-ramp out of LA, and he could retain his job. He could move up in his job, but we'd have to move here. And it took us, we took about a year to decide. And it was hard because we were living there for so long, like 24 years. of you feel like you're leaving everybody you know. But it was the best decision we've ever made. Obviously, we just bought a house. I know you're in the house hunting process as well. And here in San Antonio, you guys aren't moving cities, but you're just, getting a new place to live. But
had you ever been to San Antonio before?
Not before they put us on the plane to come check it out.
Oh my gosh.
No.
And when you got here, did they like trick you and come during like a good season?
No.
Like not during the summer.
Well, we came in March, but last March was extremely hot. And I remember it's way hotter than it is right now. It was like, it felt like Vegas, but, with a bunch of water dumped on you. Ow. So we were not, what's the word, fooled into thinking we were fooled a little with the traffic though, because we were living at a hotel for a week, and then every house we would go to, we just get on the highway and there's no traffic on the highway. But then the moment you get off the highway, it's so packed trying to get to your house, whatever. So I was fooled on that, but not on the weather. I got here, everybody's so friendly. That wasn't a fool. Like, everybody is so friendly here. Way more diverse than I thought it was going to be. It was best move for the best time. I have no regrets. I actually, looking back, I don't really understand why half the people I know still live in LA, who aren't taking advantage of something that's only there, like being in the entertainment industry. My friends who are actors, of course they're there. My friends who are dancers, of course they're there. If you're there doing a job you could do anywhere, I just don't even know why. Because it's just like, you're just trying to, like, unless you're really wealthy, you're just check to check, and it's like, it's impossible to get ahead of your life. So I'm in the part of me and Asa are in a part of our lives where if our finances are happy, it equates our happiness, because our goals have changed. Like, my professional goal is no longer to audition and stuff, so it changed, and it's best ever.
When you can work together with your partner in those ways and grow in that way, because it just makes, I don't know, it just makes everything easier. Yeah,
we're on the same page on all the really important things, like the really important stuff. So I'm grateful for that. But grateful for meeting you and all of my awesome friends here now. So yeah. And I'm glad to have introduced you to our podcast listeners, because you have a lot of knowledge and you've done it. You're doing it currently.
I'm doing it. And so can you, everybody else. You definitely can. Definitely can do it, and just keep at it. That's probably the biggest thing too, is just to like keep at it.
My listeners, if you would honor me with a 5-star rating and review, I would appreciate it forever. It is the hardest thing about being a podcaster is to get your podcast out to the people who want to listen. So the best way to do that is to have a good star rating and just ride that algorithm. So I really appreciate if you guys would just open the Apple app and leave me a review. It makes such a difference. I appreciate you. I also have Greener Grass with Digitent Podcasts with my friend Kelly McVeigh. If you want to hear my voice twice a week, it's there for you. It's light, it's heartfelt, and we bring on some really amazing guests. All right, my friends, over and out. This is Carrie from Wrap Your Head Around Silks. This is The Expecting Aerialist.